Google Chrome looks great on the surface, but behind the scenes, it's raiding your privacy, eating up resources, and letting ads slip through. So stick around as I show you the quick tweaks that make Chrome actually safe and fast. Oh, and could you do me a solid? Hit like, subscribe, and hit that hype button if you can. It keeps these tips coming. Now, don't get me wrong, Chrome isn't a bad browser. More than 3 billion people use it every single month, so clearly Google is doing something right. In general, it's fast, simple, and it does work, but the default settings that Chrome ships out will leave holes in your privacy, let trackers follow you around, and quietly chew up your computer's resources. The good news? Well, fixing it doesn't take hours or advanced tech skills. Most of the changes are just buried in setting menus or solved with a couple of free extensions. So I'm here to walk you through the exact steps to make Chrome safer, cleaner, and easier to use. This is Safety Detectives, and let's jump right into it. Okay, first stop is Chrome's own privacy controls. They're tucked away in the settings, but flipping the right switches here make the biggest difference. Start with third-party cookies. These are the ones that track you across sites, basically a way for advertisers to follow you like a digital shadow. Chrome doesn't block them by default, but you should. Just head to Settings, Privacy and Security, Third-party Cookies, and select Block Third-party Cookies. Don't worry about Chrome's little warning about some sites breaking, it almost never matters. Next, switch on Enhanced Safe Browsing. Standard protection is fine, but Enhanced gives you real-time checks against dangerous sites, shady downloads, and even suspicious Chrome extensions. It's like Chrome's security mode actually doing its job. And while you're in that menu, scroll down to use Secure DNS. And quick disclaimer, DNS is basically the phone book of the internet. It translates google.com into numbers that your computer can actually read. But the problem is those lookups are often unencrypted, which means your ISP or anyone snooping can see them. Flip the toggle on, choose a provider like Cloudflare or Quad9, and now your lookups are fully encrypted. It's really simple, but very powerful. And don't skip password breach alerts either. Chrome can quietly check if any of your saved passwords showed up in a known data breach and warn you about it. It doesn't share your logins as they're encrypted, but it does give you a heads up before someone else gets into your accounts. So just by spending a couple of minutes here, you've already locked down Chrome's weakest spots. And if you want a quick reality check on what your browser shares, then watch this video next. It'll make these privacy switches make a lot more sense. Next up is to kill the everyday annoyances. Even if Chrome is secure, it can still be irritating. Pop-ups, redirects, and Google's endless data hoarding, all of that adds up to a pretty noisy browsing experience. Luckily, most of it can be dialed in just a few minutes. Start with pop-ups and redirects. Let's face it, nobody likes landing on a site and immediately getting smacked with a fake alert or bounced to some sketchy URL. In Chrome, head to Settings, Privacy and Security, Site Settings, Pop-ups, and Redirects, and set it to Don't Allow. And this will give you clean, quiet browsing pretty much instantly. Next, let's rein in Google's memory. By default, Google stores your activity forever. We're talking searches, browsing history, the works. If you're going to let them keep it, at least put a timer on it. Visit myactivity.google.com, auto-delete, and set it to 3 months. This way, older data will disappear automatically instead of following you around for years. One more pro tip for anyone drowning in bookmarks. Ditch the names, just keep the icons. Right-click on a bookmark, hit Edit, and just delete the text. The little icon is usually enough to recognize the site. Do this across your bar, and suddenly you've got room for twice as many shortcuts without it looking like a hoarder's shelf. And if certain sites are just toxic, then here's a video to help you block any website on Chrome and take back control with no messy add-ons needed. The next step is to give Chrome a performance boost. Alright, privacy and clutter are sorted, but Chrome also has a bad reputation for being a memory hog. A few quick tweaks can tame it. First, head to Settings, System, and look for Continue Running Background Apps when Chrome is closed. And you'll want to turn that off. Otherwise, Chrome keeps sneaking processes in the background even after you've closed it, eating up RAM and battery for no good reason. Right below that is the hardware acceleration. This one's a bit hit or miss. It shifts heavy graphic tasks from your CPU to your GPU. On some machines, it'll smooth things out. On others, it causes glitches. So flip it on, and if you see weird behavior, then just turn it back off. Easy to test and really no harm done. And don't forget about Chrome's memory saver mode either. You'll find it under Settings, Performance. It basically snoozes tabs that you're not actively using so they stop hogging resources. So if you're a tab hoarder like myself with 47 sites open at once, then this feature is your new best friend. All right, now let's power up with the right extensions. The thing is, Chrome's built-in tools take you pretty far, but extensions are where you can really tighten things up. The trick is to pick the right ones and not overload Chrome with a dozen that all do the same thing. So here's the short list that actually helps. Start with uBlock Origin. It blocks ads and trackers, and it's lightweight enough that you won't even notice it running. Think of it as an ad blocker that actually works without selling you out. If you prefer, you could also go with Ghostery or Privacy Badger instead, just don't stack all three of them. Unfortunately, more blockers doesn't mean more privacy, it just means more broken websites. Next up, there's Malwarebytes Browser Guard. This one's free and adds a safety net against scammy sites, crypto jacking scripts, and those fake tech support pop-ups that try to scare you into calling a number. It's basically Chrome's bouncer at the door. Another time saver is Super Agent. You know those constant cookie banners that ask if you'll allow tracking cookies? Well, most people just click accept all out of frustration. So Super Agent automates that. It applies your preferences across sites and skips the constant pop-ups so you get privacy and your sanity back. For passwords, a password manager extension is essential. Tools like Iron Vest, Bitwarden, or 1Password not only store your login securely, but they can also generate strong passwords and in some cases mask your email or even your payment card numbers when you shop online. That way you're not handing your real details to every random checkout page on the internet. And finally, let's talk VPN extensions. They exist, but here's the deal. A VPN extension only protects your browser traffic. A desktop VPN app protects everything, including background apps, torrents, and that random software updater pinging home. So if you're serious about privacy, use the full VPN app. But if you just want browser-only protection with a quick country switcher, then an extension from a reputable provider like ExpressVPN works just fine. Also, here's a full PC tune-up video that we did recently that pairs well here, so do go check it out to make Chrome feel a lot lighter. All right, so we've locked down the privacy settings and stacked a few smart extensions on top, but Chrome also has some newer built-in tools that are worth flipping on. First is reading mode. Ever clicked on an article and felt like you had to dodge ads, banners, and autoplay videos just to find the actual text? Well, reading mode cleans all of that out for you. Just right-click anywhere in the article and select Open in Reading Mode. Or just open it in the side panel and suddenly it's just clean text with adjustable fonts, spacing, and background colors. Next is Live Captions. For this one, head to Settings, Accessibility, and turn on Live Caption, and Chrome will generate subtitles for any audio or video that plays in the browser, like YouTube, podcasts, and even random sites. This is super handy if you're hard of hearing, watching something without headphones, or just trying to follow along in a noisy environment. There's even a profanity filter and the option to translate captions into other languages, which is really useful. And if you want to freshen up the look of Chrome while you're at it, then check out themes in the Chrome Web Store. It won't make you more private, but it can make your browsing a little less boring. Now, here's the thing. You can tweak settings, block trackers, and add every smart extension under the sun, but sometimes Chrome still acts up. I'm talking weird toolbars that you never installed, your home page changing itself, random ads appearing even with blockers on, or Chrome chewing up resources like it's mining crypto in your basement. But the thing is, that's usually not Chrome being Chrome. It could be a sign of malware. Extensions can't fix that, and neither can toggling a simple setting. You need to clean it out properly. So if your browser starts to feel hijacked or unsafe, then check out our step-by-step video on how to remove malware from Chrome. It'll walk you through the exact process to get Chrome back under your control. So there you have it, a safer, faster, less annoying Chrome in just a few minutes. So quick recap for you. Block third-party cookies, turn on enhanced safe browsing, and encrypt your DNS. Kill the junk with pop-up blocking and auto-deletes, free up resources with memory saver and background app controls, and add just a handful of smart extensions, not 20, to boost privacy and security. If you found this video to be helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who still thinks that Chrome is secure enough. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next tutorial. Thanks so much for watching Safety Detectives. Stay safe online, and we'll see you in the next one.